Oh, if you want to stream, can you stream from my location too, Kate?
Um, I've started it already, Sin, and I think we're on.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Can you share it? Can you share it to your location?
I will tell. I want to run and go tell Azalea to do it
All
because I
right.
don't have another phone over here.
Hey, everybody, we're chatting behind the scenes.
Yeah, we are.
We're chatting behind the
Chit, chit, chitty
scenes.
chat.
Um,
Gonna be fun, guys. Gonna be
bear
fun.
with us. We're going to go out and share and do all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm
So
clicking a bunch
bear
of
with us
places.
here. Yes, same.
Yeah.
Let's see
Clickety
if I
click.
can get these shared. Let me see. Oh, all right. Perfect. There it is. I can see it. Share. I'm sharing as we speak. And then we'll get
Awesome.
started.
And Ab says she's got us all pinned in both places.
Yay! Let's see. I'm sharing this to our bead shop.
Well, hi, everybody. While we're doing all our pinning and sharing, hang on for the last bit of delightful fun. And Kristen, while Kate's doing that, I have a question for you because I wanted to make sure I had it on my calendar properly. When is our next event? Do you know? That's going to be our fall fest.
I do. I have it right here.
Tell me.
Oh, good.
It is October 17th is preview party, and the TGBE is the 18th and 19th.
Excellent.
All right, everybody. I'm going to do a countdown. Let's get this party started. Here we are.
We're here. Hello.
We made it.
We did. We're worth the wait, though, right? We are so worth the wait.
Let me close that up.
Hi, all you people that have already bounced on here. Hi.
Yeah, it's great to see everybody. It's my fault because I am still cleaning and rearranging from my France trip, and my sewing room is a disaster.
So well said with the inflection and all. I feel so cosmopolitanly influenced.
Yes. So I had to pull it together. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
What weekend. Let's see who we've got. I'm gonna scoot back. Here we are. All right, there's Robin. Yes, we have had such a great weekend. What was your favorite?
We have, haven't we? We have had a great weekend. Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was all of it. I always love everybody chatting. You know, I love just being on here and just like reading everything. We get off into side tangents. We were talking about dragonfly larvae and fireflies. It was just really fun. I love that.
That's cray. That's crazy. What about you, Sin? What about you?
We miss you, Abs.
Yes, we miss you.
I would agree with Christy. I love getting in there and, if I'm watching on the TV and if I put it on YouTube, then I can't comment like I usually cause on my phone.
Right.
But that's the trade-off, right? You're like, can I watch and work, or am I going to sit and have my full screen so I can chat?
Right.
With abandon.
That's right. Chatting with abandon. Hey,
I love that.
A comment right here that I wanted to address real quick, and then Kristen, we can hear about your favorite. Abby and Alex did have a little bit of a glitch this morning. For some reason, Facebook tossed their live stream off in the middle, but it is on the Bead Place Facebook group. So you can find the entire presentation over at the Bead Place group. And in the the Great Bead Extravaganza group page, Abby, she put a link up to it. So you should be able to find her there. I just wanted to say that before I forgot.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's streamed to the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel as well, is also you can find. And she said that it was fine on the Bead Place Facebook page too.
Right.
It was just the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page and where there seems to have gotten hung up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can find her on her channels to finish it up.
Yeah. And there was another question about streaming to, I'm trying to go back. Here it is. Some presenters who don't use StreamYard, so we aren't seen on YouTube. Is it possible for some to download from Facebook and post onto YouTube? You know, it really just depends on the individual presenter. I know that you know, some of us have technology that allows us to do that. Some of us don't. And some of us have the bandwidth to just go on Facebook. So, you know, look into, you know, maybe if you're on Facebook to try and download kind of your favorite presentations or whatever. There may be some info on that if you Google it. But unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, we're all individual companies, so we all kind of do our own thing, right?
I just downloaded mine right now so that I can upload it into my YouTube and bring it over to the PGPE. So I couldn't do it while it was happening, but I'll be able to add it. So thanks, awesome. Motorcrafts, for mentioning that to remind me to do that, because I haven't done that on some of the others, which are now lost forever. But I have done that on my own Facebook groups, but I'll get in the habit of doing it there. So thank you.
That's great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else have we got there?
Mary said we were having just too much fun and Facebook just didn't get that, but then we hopped on YouTube. So that's good. It's nice to have multiple platforms like that, isn't it? And we were talking, you know, just about Kate and Kristen are really super great at all the tech. I am super not great at it. I don't know Cynthia. I think when her daughter's around, you're super great. When her daughter's not around, it's a hit and miss. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to blame it on all the, you know, they're all the time changing things.
That's true. It's true.
To keep up with is,
but you know, don't you think that's part of the excitement? When it's hard to find us, then you feel like you've won something when you do get us, right? It just makes it all that more sweet. So I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
So, Kristen, what was your favorite part?
A little hard to get.
That's right, just a little. You were muted there for a second. It looked like you were saying something extremely important.
No, I was just saying in some cases, sometimes some of us have a hard time downloading from Facebook even. Yeah. Facebook is really finicky. And although we're all admins of the page, like not every time everything works the way you think it can work. And so whether or not it gets over to YouTube is really just per presenter. And but you know, I really enjoyed, I always enjoy Nilay's color combinations, and he had a really fun kit this time, the electric bloom, I think it was called. Some really hot summer colors with turquoise, which was really fun to watch. And he did this cool little knot on his design. And then Heather, I really loved her little bead embroidery on the sari silk.
Yes.
That's new to me. Like that's not something I've ever really tried or thought about. So that was fun to watch. And she also used that Renaissance wax, which I know you use a lot.
I like Ren wax for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you probably do, Kate, too. Yeah, it's not something that's in my supply tool chest, so it was interesting to see a new application for that on the leather or faux leather that she was using it for, which I never thought about that. So that was fun.
That silk is nice. Do you guys remember Uti from Germany? You guys remember QT Uti? You guys remember her?
Yeah.
I did
It was
from
called,
at Bobble be- uh
at the
Bead
Beat and Button show,
Bead
and
and
too,
Button.
they
Yeah.
used to have. It was funny because um, that was just my other cat stepping on a big pile of beads, and
Oh, nice work.
mm. But she used to sell the silk. This silk painting is fun. That was the big.
Yes,
There,
that's
that
right.
was the name. And I used to have a kit called the Wandering Needle Necklace, and I think I don't know if it's on this website because it's so long, where you could download the PDF for $1 and make a bead embroidery on that silk cord because it's hollow in the
Oh,
middle.
wow.
You know,
Right.
Nice.
there's like nothing in the stuff in it. Like I think you
That's the
can get.
thing.
There's some that have a core, like a silky core.
Right.
You could pull that out if you wanted to, but
That's cool.
I
There's so many great ideas, man.
Yeah.
So
That's
many
what I
people.
miss about Bead and Button. I'll tell you what is seeing all of like those new kits and stuff that got debuted. I mean, I
Yeah.
bought so many things that I never made.
yeah, me too. But it's still fun to have it.
But
And you know,
yeah, because I
it's
just
like
like having them.
Well,
There
that
we
was
go.
always the neat thing, I think, when you see, especially when you had so many bead designers, just the palettes they chose and what they went to
Yeah.
put together. I mean, you almost couldn't prevent yourself from buying a kit because it
Yeah.
just looks so luscious, you know?
It was so
Just
fun.
really
That was the
beautiful.
best part
Yeah.
of Meet the Teachers. You got to get all the kits and stuff.
Yeah, that was always a great night, wasn't it? I always loved
Okay.
that.
There we go. I
Yeah.
think my surface now is finally clean.
Usable. You've got a usable area. Is that right,
Oh
Kate?
God. It really you can see like all the piles, all my piles of stuff.
A piled studio is a good studio. It shows that things are
Yes.
happening.
I
Things are
need
happening.
I need to cull my fabric a little bit.
Good luck
But
with that.
I'll tell
That's
you
one of
what.
the tough parts about teaching is you end up buying things for your classes because you know there's a purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
You need
there
those
somewhere.
things. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you have like all of this excess and leftover and it's like what's
Right.
happening?
And
Yeah.
then people give you stuff. So someone from one of my groups, and I love it so much because I've been doing some needlepoint. Cynthia, when you come, maybe we'll get Azalea hooked on another craft. Someone in my fiber guild gave me like a big bag of like needlepoint
Wow.
stuff.
Nice.
Some of the canvases are just gorge. Like, look at this. Look at these. Have you ever tried your hand at hand painting needlepoint canvases, Cynthia?
Wow.
thing.
Wow. That's
They're-
amazing.
Yeah,
There's
they're
so many things I don't
crazy.
know about.
You should
That's
go big.
cool. So
You should
it's
go big
painted and then you needlepoint on top?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So these are like, I don't know, I guess they're like super famous people really, follow them in the needlepoint world like they follow us in the bead world. So
Right.
I just have a ton. So someone gave me just a ton of these because she saw me needlepointing at one of the meetings. I was all, oh, sure. Me and my big mouth. Oh, yeah, I love to needlepoint. She's all, okay. And then she gave me this giant bag. Like, look
Wow.
at this. This reminds me of you. Look at
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
butterflies.
Beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
So it's really fun. But now I have all of these
Wow.
crazy canvases and I'm feeling guilt.
Don't feel any guilt, Kate. It's just
No,
in the
no
bank,
guilt.
man, for you to withdraw whenever you
Guilt.
want.
I feel like
No
I
guilt.
know the struggle, though, Kate. Is it due to perhaps your partner saying, "Are we gonna have a room to walk?"
Right? I'm like, right? And then
Walking's overrated.
I know. It's like that's why like this room, I feel like I'm a hoarder. I'm
I
like,
mean,
and look at this.
understandable.
She started this one. Look, it's partially done.
That's amazing.
There, it's like this.
Wow.
Tulips. I'm
That's
like,
a good show and tell, man. That is great.
for the
Yeah,
love
yeah.
of Pete. So Wendy's saying, sell them. Maybe I will, or maybe I'll just give them away. They were given to me. I feel like if someone gives me something, I can't, you know.
It is just amazing the things we acquire, isn't it?
It is.
You know, and you brought up the thing about hoarding, and I love the idea that
cottage.
Isn't that so? That's so
Wow.
sweet.
Yeah,
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I interrupt everybody.
Yes,
Fair
please.
game. I love the idea that we gather things, but I hate the idea that it's got a bad label by people who don't get it. So we should never let a non-creative person define us, because every one of your creative friends knows exactly what hoarding is. Hoarding is possibilities. The end.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
I don't know that I have any non-creative friends.
Well, that's good.
I know some friends that they work still, and they have careers in like nursing, and then I have a friend that's a physical therapist, and they have a small passion. But guess what? They've got piles of stuff too.
Yeah.
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 How can you not? I mean, because that's art, right? I always use this analogy, and I'm sorry if you guys have heard it already. Pretend like it's new and exciting. Is if you had a person who was a chef, like a baker or a chef, you would never go like, "Why have you got all this saffron? Are you using saffron?" It's like everybody knows you keep it because when you need it, it needs to be there. You're not using it every day, but nobody would be like, "That's too many knives, sir chef." And it's like, nah, artists get the same thing, man. All the spices, all the knives. That's what we get.
Oh, Karen K is saying, I unfortunately don't have creative friends. Well, Karen K, you have all of us right now on all of our lives. We are all creative friends.
We be your buddy. We'll be your buddy.
That's right.
If you like to craft, then come on over. And it's true story. We host, Azalea and I, little gatherings every couple of weeks where we just sit around the table crafting. And it's good time. I feel like it's healing to your spirit. Just immerse yourself for a minute in doing things you like.
Mm-hmm.
And not feeling bad about. Like, I had a friend tell me, she was like, well, sometimes your partner will say, hey, this is getting a lot of stuff in here. At least I hear that sometimes. It's like, but again, I am like a dragon in that I like to be surrounded by pretty things.
Yeah.
And I find that the things that I've collected during trips or on walks, I remember when I pick it up or I see it, and even though it's part of the visual tapestry of my home, I feel like that is constantly a source of, like, in the back of your mind, you're like, oh, the leaf shape is really pretty.
Well,
that colorway is awesome, and
they're saying now that how the clean girl aesthetic, that was all in. Well, now the messy hoarder girl aesthetic is coming back. So
that one never left.
I love it. So piles, there's and it's really true. It's the piles of books that that you'll never have time to read, but you still have the piles and stuff, right? So
absolutely. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just pick up a book and then, flip to a page, and that's like my message for the day.
So see what I did? I solved this problem. I wrapped a little ribbon around it. I rolled it up nice, and now I'm putting it right behind my embroidery machine. And
I feel so proud of you.
There we go.
Doesn't that feel good, Kate?
Every day.
Yeah,
that just feels good.
I'm gonna shove over here. I mean, put gently over here.
Very good. We knew that's exactly what you meant. Just the gentle shoving.
And then when I rearrange my room again, I'll find it. And I rearranged. Has anyone rearranged their craft room lately? I rearranged mine at the beginning of the year, and I thought, my sewing room, I'm going to do it and I'm going to redo it. And I'll show you, I'll turn the camera, I'll give you some realism right here. And it was like really organized for one day. One.
Mm-hmm.
And since that day in January, like around the 15th, it's been kind of
Hey,
crazy.
it's going back to its natural form. It's just some things, they have their form. You can try and push them in a row, but it's not happening. Yep.
Well,
if you ever want to feel good about yourself, Google studios of famous artists.
Right.
And once you look at those, you go like, I am great. I am great. Because some of those guys, yep. And they didn't give a shit. If I have 4,000 little tubes of paint, who cares?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've got so many sewing machines. Look, I've got my 4. I don't know if you can see it. It's not really.
That's awesome. But you need 4. You do sewing.
I do.
Yeah.
They
That's
all
exactly right.
They all have different.
And they're like probably set up so you don't have to undo something to reset it up when you need it, right?
Yeah. No, I've got my heavy duty bag sewing machine. I've got my old Singer 401A, the slant needle that I love. I've got my serger. I have my embroidery machine. I actually over there have my 301A, and right outside my door.
Is there going to be a quiz afterwards? Because I don't know if I remember all.
Yes, there will be. My featherweight is ready to go to quilting with me tomorrow. So,
excellent.
Okay, good. This really makes me feel better. Ileana says she's got 8 sewing machines and a 9th on its way.
Wow.
Well, it's funny that we're all talking about this because I hear this a lot. And it's such a funny thing that we bring with us from whatever we've experienced in our life, other people's evaluations of what we should be. All of us, we can just ditch that. You know who you are. That's enough. If anybody else has a comment, you can listen to them if you want to, but just remember, they don't know you. And even if they live with you, they don't know you if they're making those comments. So it's just like, okay, yep, you don't know about sewing machines, because if you did, you would know that 4 is the minimum. So, we don't have to be angry at them. We can just know that they just don't have the full scoop. And that's okay.
I love that Kara is working on all this new stuff. And I love that she mentioned diamond painting, because diamond painting is the hidden fun craft. Look at right above my head. Look, those are my diamond paintings. I've got one more that I have to finish to put up right there. I'm not ashamed of diamond painting.
It's a lot. I mean,
you know what I bought? Actually, I went to Michael's and Joann's when they were out of business, and they had a pile of these horrendous. And when I say horrendous, take my word.
They were, huh?
Designs were not what I was gonna. There was like one that had like an American flag with a horse jumping through it, and there were some
not your aesthetic.
Who designed this? This is terrible design. But you know what? The color of those little diamonds were. I was like, I can work with this.
Yeah, I can work with those. Yes.
Yep. Ingredients.
There's a lot. Ingredients. Yeah. There's a lot of votes for diamond painting. I am so stoked that I am not alone. I love it. I love diamond painting. I can't.
It's fun. And you know what? Those extra ones that they give you. You know what I started doing with those horrendous ones is I broke them down into piles of colors, and so I just poured them all, just like I do with my bead blends.
Oh.
I poured all the trash ones, from the one I was telling you, the American flag. I put all those in a box, and then I put all the blues and greens in a box.
Nice.
And I have them in like little dishes. And you know what I was doing? I bought these wooden frames from, I don't know where I got them, but I finished the outsides, and then I just went and started color blocking those diamond paintings. And starting with one corner, and if I got bored with that color, I switched to another one and kind of blended it with yarn. And it's actually pretty fun.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That is awesome.
That's fabulous.
Kristen, I want to know what you're working on right there.
I am working in my sketchbook right now, and I'm making a big old mess I'm just having fun doing some
nice.
abstract pages and enjoying listening to all of you.
I love that. I love
That's
those
lovely.
abstracts.
What a lovely book that is. Nice.
You know, I'm trying to move into the abstract space, and I'm having
Color's
a lot
amazing.
of fun in my sketchbook, but translating it into the larger canvas is much more difficult than I expected.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why do you
Huh.
think that is?
How come it's so hard?
I don't know. Like, here, I'll show and tell one. I have
Yeah.
one that I'm
Yeah.
happy
I
with.
want to put a flower. I can't. It's really hard to do these color fields, and I think that's why I started doing these. I'm not confident enough to show them yet, but they're like,
So-
they're kind of like we're. I mean, I hate to say it's like they're pretty enough to hang behind a couch.
Oh, that's great.
So
Couches
I
need
love,
love
look at
too.
that.
love it. That color is great. Or that
Wow.
I
pattern.
love, and it is like kind of,
That's
I don't
nice.
really work from things very often. So I'm trying to kind of work from my sketchbook and translate it.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know when to stop and when it's done.
I'm going
I
to
mean,
highlight that so we can really see it, Kristen.
Yeah, get in there so we can see a detail.
There we go.
That's lovely.
Beautiful.
I mean, there's a lot going on. And
Now, is there any part of it that is narrative? Do you have any narrative things that I should be aware of, like, or looking for? Or is this purely abstract?
purely abstract. I'm just purely playing with like the emotion of the colors and really trying to let them speak and let the abstract be for the viewer, whatever it is that they feel without.
Yeah, that's cool.
A little bit of a
A
landscape.
lot of my work up until now always has like a focus or a focal or a symbol and a lot of meaning. So moving into this space just feels really a little trickier.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to, but I'm having fun. I just don't know, like, is it any good?
I
I like
It
too.
is good.
And
It's
you know,
lovely.
but that's an interesting question, Kristen, that you raise. You know, is it any good? You know what? Does that really matter? I don't know. You know what I mean? I try, because I get that too sometimes where I'm like, is this any good? You know, is this good, or is this, or number one, is this going to sell? Right? I'm like,
Yeah.
is
like
it
that idea, but I'm with you, Kate. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
right?
Because here's the thing that people don't realize: when you are dependent on being creative in your field, and everything is kind of, you kind of have to you got to make money. You can't just, I
Yeah.
feel nowadays it is the ultimate in luxury to play with full abandon without the idea of, hey, is this
Yeah.
going to sell later? Is this
Yeah.
going to be, am I going to be able to hang this at this show? Is this going to be
Yeah.
met with
Yes.
with praise? Are people going to
Yeah.
like this? And
Yeah.
ultimately, when you say, are people going to like this? Are people going to buy this? Which is the ultimate, it's the ultimate yay, because they're putting their hard-earned money where their mouth is
Yeah.
and saying,
Yeah.
I want that. I value that. And that's, I think that's where, it's kind of hard to push into other places because we're so used to looking at everything and saying, how
Right.
are people going to buy this?
Right. Evaluating its value by its monetary value, which
Yeah.
I think is why I love sewing so much, though more sewing content, my friends, is coming because so many people have contacted me and said, I want to learn how to sew. I'm all right, we're going to do it. So I guess it'll kind of be like bead shop and sewingshop.com. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I think Azalea, it'd be cute is if when we next come for a play date, is if you did a class special or something where you walk, like maybe it's a video that you walk people through making some special, I'm thinking of like an artist bag for when you're,
Yeah,
here's
well,
what I want. We could do a special because I want this and it doesn't exist right now. is a bag where you have a thing that it's hard and you can draw on it. You could somehow have a like a built-in walking easal. Does that make any sense?
It does.
Mm. Oh, that's interesting. So that you
That,
always have that hard surface to lean
Because
on.
sometimes when you're trying to, you're walking, you don't want to sit down and make a whole production of it. You just want to, like, there's a scene you might want to, or notes you might want to take, or say you're at a show, at a gem show, and you're trying to figure out a kit, and you're doing the math, and you're
Right.
having kind of, you're trying to balance everything. You're like, where's the shopping cart handle when I need it?
Yeah.
Something that is, hey, can I, like, a lot of times it's not like you have an open table ready to work at.
yeah, that you can just go like right away and just.
Like, what if it were something that you opened up a flap and there was like a hard surface that's you could write on?
Right. Right.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just throwing
Well,
out. It's something I've been looking for, and I follow a few groups or Facebook groups that are like walking tour artists. So I don't know,
Oh yeah,
Urban Sketchers Club. And
Right.
that's
people
cool.
have had different solutions, like using signage for like yard sale signs. They're kind of stiff but lightweight.
right. Fun.
And
They
just
kinda
carrying them around. And I feel like that's kind of the clunky,
Right. A clunky answer.
carrying that, for sale sign in your bag. It's not.
Not
It's not.
ideal, but
Well,
yeah.
I mean, one of the things I'm thinking about when I say, is it any good? Because I am an intuitive artist and I totally love the process and I'm all about how it feels when you're making. And like, that's
Right.
really the journey. That's really the joy. But when you're moving from doing like an actual thing, like a moth or a person or flowers,
Right.
and then you're trying to figure out like the components, I guess, of an abstract piece.
Yeah.
Like, am I hitting the mark on
Yeah.
pulling components together, creating that composition? All of those things I learned back in school many years ago that I don't pay a whole lot of attention to in other work that I do, because it's just like inherently I can put a flower here and I know to put one here and I know to put one there. But when I'm doing
Right.
things and just color swatches and marks, I'm like, where's the conversation happening?
Yeah.
And am I getting that conversation going?
well,
Yeah.
I think that it's interesting because one of the things that my students, when we were doing our class in France, it was really super sad. It was very selfish of me. I wanted to go sew in France, and thankfully people bought into it. I was all, yes, perfect. But we did what we called improvisational sewing.
Oh, I
And
love that. I've seen it. Yeah.
yeah. And, going from like being, like some classical training, in the costume shop, having done like theater costumes, having done some serious tailoring, stuff like that, going from that rigid board to things that are more quote unquote improvisational. I know exactly what you're saying. We were doing a lot
Yeah.
of, and I want to show you this thing. I didn't actually finish my piece. I'm going to try, but my students, they finished a pair of pants and a tunic. I was so proud of
Oh
everyone.
wow.
But I'm working on, I'm
should
going to highlight
spotlight it.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me spotlight it. I'm working on this tunic that I'm doing now with this really cool kind of
I
freedom
love it.
piece on the outside. And, when you're working, like you say, Kristen, on a pattern, I'm going to cover myself up so you can see it. When you're working on a pattern, or you know what goes here, or you know what goes there, sometimes it's easier. But when you are, oh, sorry, Cynthia, tell me when you're ready. But when you are like kind of being a little more improvisational, I'm looking for the patches that I was making. Like you've got all of these, I'm emptying it out here. It hasn't seen the light of day since France, but where all of these little bits and pieces and stuff, where do those go? And I feel like you have to be really in tune to be listening to what your garment is telling you, what your piece of jewelry is telling you, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know. In a way, I think it's kind of harder, right? Cynthia, I'm gonna
Yeah.
what I barely even taken a shower today, you guys. I'm kind of a mess, so excuse me. But Cynthia, that
We
looks
still love
awesome.
you.
That's awesome.
Hey,
But
thanks.
I've been kind of playing around with that. So more of this. A lot of you have been saying, let's do some more sewing. So it's coming.
So
It's
fun.
coming. Bear
So
with
fun.
me.
Well, I've always read and heard that moving into the abstract is the hardest thing to do. For that very reason, is like when you see something in nature and you're replicating it, or even caricaturing it in a sort of, that sort of style, you at least have a guideline to tell you if you're getting close. But when you go into abstract, it is all about movement and balance and things that are much more difficult to sometimes just hit just right. And same like what you're saying there, Kate, I think, is like trying to know from the catalog of all possible tunics, what is the version that
Where's
you're
this gonna
putting together?
go? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
think the more that you practice, like Kristen, the more that you paint, the more that I sew, the more that we bead, the more that
Yes.
we
Oh
resin
yeah,
or
100%.
whatever. We get better. We get better. I was pretty stoked about this one too. This is a bag I've been working on. This is a bag pattern that I
Ooh, yes,
do.
that's really fun.
It's
Love
kind of fun.
it.
It has a pocket here, and
Nice.
then it
Love
has some
it.
pockets here. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to teach next year. It's working its way around in my brain. So
Yeah.
instead, I'm going to do some metal smithing. I think I'm going to do some kind of metal with some kind of fiber. I don't know. I'm going to just stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I love that about being an artist. It's never a dull moment. There's always something that you make, you start, what about if I did that? And off we go on a crazy old tangent.
Yeah.
I love that. Just
Yeah.
you mentioning to me that painted canvas with embroidery on top is like, oh, that's interesting. Where would I go with that? I don't even do any of those things, but it suddenly like piqued my interest. And I love that about us being artists. We do not have to stay in any box. We can crawl in and out of all the boxes, which I'm a big fan of.
Well, that's what's so fun. Yeah.
I think that's really true. No, go ahead, Kristen. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that's what I think is just so fun about pushing myself and all of us picking something new and exciting that we want to try and practice with, because that's where all the fun is. That's where all the experimenting, the curiosity. What if I do this? What if I try that? What if I go here? There's nothing I've ever tried that is a quote unquote failure. It's all just experience and taking it to the next level. And, I really didn't enjoy that. So we're not going to do that anymore. Now let's do this instead.
Yeah.
No, and to me, that's what you're saying about does this work, is that's the process you're going through as you give yourself over to the painting. And then you step back from it and look like, am I getting where I want to go with this? And, it doesn't have anything to do with enjoying the process. It has to do with your evaluation, whether this was successful and you're going to repeat it, or whether you're going to tweak it, or what you're going to do next. And that, think about it. How often in life do we get that there is no problem with messing up, experimenting, ruining something? It turns out great, whatever. Like there's no consequences of a negative nature. And that does not happen in very many areas of life, but with creativity, it does. And I think that is amazing.
No, I think it's great. I think that, I love to have, I just love to see everybody's tangents, Speaking of tangents, well, it's not really a tangent, but Cynthia. Are those new,
Stick
branches?
Things, yeah.
Yeah. So I made these. We were talking about works in progress. So I've been trying to get into the more art jewelry market. And so I started making these fancy necklaces. And let me see here. I have
What's
some.
that center? Is that a stone that's been fired in there? What? Oh my God! Wait! What? Wait a minute!
What is it? What is it?
Holy! Oh my
That is
God.
pretty. Whatever that is. Yeah, that. What's that, babe?
Cynthia.
That's a
Oh,
labradorite that a friend of
nice.
mine carved, and it's kind of like a landscape a little bit, or like an underwater. If you look, that's
Ah,
like the
Yeah,
horizon
that's
line,
what
that
and
is
then like
smart.
that's
some
what
of this.
Abby's saying. Abby, I second that. Bring that board back. No, no, I'm not kidding. I want to see. No,
The tray that you were working from. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I
see what's
want to
on
see
that
that
Oh,
tray,
okay.
man.
tray.
So
Cynthia,
Yeah.
have you been
this
selling
is.
those? And how do I get my hands on one?
Oh, wow. They
Those are
are
fab,
So
babe.
beautiful.
I started making these.
Wow.
All right, so I bought these from a friend of mine,
No,
The
thank
and
you
they're
stones.
so
really
much.
beautiful big cabs. But here's the problem with this: when you buy a cab that is not calibrated. Now, calibrated, as
Right,
Right.
we know, is like a standard size, like 8 by 10 stone
right.
or whatever the industry standard that you can pop a bezel on. So since I didn't have any bezels that would fit, the options are you can either seed bead and encase that, or you could do wire wrap. But I thought,
Right.
hey, I cast, so I carved
Yeah.
individual bezels for
So
each one
stunning.
of these stones, and they're all a little bit different.
So
So
you make
Those are
each one of
impressive.
those individually, Cynthia, right? Because the
yeah, so
stones
I
aren't
dipped the
calibrated.
stone. I
Oh my
dipped the
God.
stone.
How many hours and hours? I mean, you couldn't, those are worth like a bazillion dollars. They're so gorgeous.
They are amazing.
And so they haven't
Wow.
been. I fired the prongs to a cherry red so that when it's time, I can bend it onto the stone,
Yeah.
making the fit. The problem
Wow.
is there's a tiny bit of shrinkage, and what I had to do is go in and grind in there and
Right,
remove
right.
the.
Ah, yeah.
This stone,
Wow.
this is so crazy. It's actually a sunstone and a rainbow moonstone that grew
What?
Whoa.
together.
Wow.
Whoa.
Those are
Rainbow
beautifully hand
moonstone.
carved. You know, it's
Wow.
so hard to find stones nowadays, especially in commercially available cabs that are interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those cabs are delish. Is that
Yeah, they
rutilated?
are.
It's
Yeah.
a rutilated, they call this angel hair rutilated quartz because I don't know if you can see it, but it has like really super fine rutiles.
Yes.
Yeah, I can
They
Yeah.
see it.
feel like little strands. Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it's
Those are
still
great
transparent. How
cabs, man.
transparent
Wow.
there. You can see it that from my fingers are behind it.
It's
Nice.
really stunning, Cynthia.
So,
Thank
Cynthia, are
you.
these going to be made into finished jewelry? Is that what's going to
Yes.
happen?
So
Wow.
this is the first one. I finished this stone, and that's the labradorite. And so what I'm doing is I'm using square wire, that square fine silver, to attach all the pieces. And so there's like an ancient
Yeah,
ammonite,
that
and
yeah,
that kind of
ammonite.
goes with the sea. And then there's one of those Tahitian pearls I've been sitting on for
Yes.
like 1,000 years. And then I carved these individually, some of these links, so I can hang. I have some of these they're pretty expensive. These black opals
Yes, black opals.
hang
Oh.
Oh
on
my
there,
gosh.
and that's a sapphire. I know. Check out the size of that.
Oh,
And so
wow.
all I
Those are all gallery pieces, Sin.
that was my whole dream. I went
That's the
to
idea.
the
Yeah.
Mora Gallery downtown Asheville, and there was work in there that was selling for thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, you know what? I think I'm good enough to be in this gallery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you think?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I'm gonna, try my hand and see if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to get into this gallery, but
I
I can at least try and have it
Yeah.
in the gallery of my website when it's time.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
they're
Beautiful.
really, really gorgeous.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Beautiful.
It's
Very
been,
unique.
Gorgeous.
I've been working a lot of hours. I don't know if you can imagine how many to just get this part on the stones.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, that's what
No,
I've been doing.
people
Wow.
are really
Oh, and then I've been making this. Look at this stuff that here. You guys probably like. Look, did you see this tiny gator I made? It's one of my favorite things that I've made.
What?
how
Look
cute
how
this
big
is.
that
So
is.
cute. Look at
Yeah.
how detailed he is. You are amazing.
That's a
Oh,
button,
You're
Cindy.
like
It's a button.
you're a
that's
sorceress.
adorable.
Oh, I love
And
it.
so this is one,
Oh,
I don't know if this is one we want to send off. I was thinking, I don't know if this would be a good one to send off to Greece to have made in multiple metal colors.
Yeah,
If people would have
so
that kind of
cute.
interest. I don't know. But that's,
Wow.
it's really gorgeous.
but it will
Yeah, it
function,
is.
you know, like this is a whole
Gorge.
strand of little tiny black opals. Aren't those delicious?
Yeah, so
Oh,
delicious.
yes.
But
Yeah. Opals
So
always
good.
are, aren't they?
it'll function like this, you know, where it's like a toggle.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really clever.
You can have it swim through its little net to release.
Love it.
oh, swim through its little net. Oh, my goodness. That's too
So
great.
cute.
So I have those in pewter. I just made them up for the website too. So
Nice.
anyway, that's new.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Everything I've been making lately, you know what? We had a whole casting failure yesterday.
Oh,
So all the stuff
oh,
I was bragging about having on Friday, all the tiny stuff, that's
oh,
that's what we did today.
Oh, all the
But
teeny tiny
oh.
charms.
only
That's
Oh.
a
heartbreaking.
small handful of stuff made it. So I was kind of disappointed.
Oh, I'm
So
so
I
sorry to
have
hear that.
2 or 3 of each instead of having like 10, which is what we were shooting for.
Oh, dear.
Can you reuse the metal, Cynthia?
Yeah, you can. You can refine it. What happens is if you have a casting fail, sometimes you can't though because it blows out the back end of the
Right, of the mold.
flask, and then it's
Right.
inside your crucible, inside your casting machine.
Right.
And so that's what we did today during my segment, or our segment today, is making this with these pearls. That was part of it. But
Oh, wow.
I was, I had those lucky dips and my teeny tiny silver things. But that's kind of annoying. But I had some better than none. Oh, and then this.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Oh, look
see.
at that.
I don't know if this would be something that people would like, but I made these twigs with a hole. See, there's a hole that you can use.
Those are really cute, Cynthia.
Yeah, they're
A
really,
little
really
tiny
cute.
salamander. So I've been thinking a lot of making components for our friends in Greece to manufacture for me,
Right.
because they can do a lot of platings that I don't have the equipment to do.
Right.
Right.
Rose gold and 24 karat gold. Those platings are really rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those systems are very expensive, so I don't want to get involved in trying to get another.
Right.
There's different
It's just
things.
better
Yeah.
to let someone else plate it.
Yeah. You do the creative part. Let them do that part.
Yeah.
Cynthia, Anne is asking you, are there any pearl dips left?
I don't know. I don't think so. But Anne, I will, just text me, Anne.
Just text her. Just text her. That's one of the fun things about being a Cynthia friend. You can just text her. I'm gonna exit your spotlight there.
Whose turn is it to be big?
I don't know. What are we doing? Christy, you've got some stuff to share, don't you?
Yeah,
I do have some show and tell that I'm happy to share. I just thought I'd show you, since we're also excuse me, showcasing our work. Sorry, this is what I was doing today in my thing, and we didn't get a ton far on this, but I've been finishing it while we're all playing. And this is just the epoxy clay that's using all the little bits and pieces. So it's kind of like advanced diamond dots where you just get to use your own stuff. But I love that for the same reasons that you guys have talked about the others. Just got this surface you can start shoving things in, which is great. But I want to show, thank you. I want to show you some other show and tell that is not things that I made just from my travels, because I know you beady people will love this. Pre-COVID, I went to everywhere, but I was in Tasmania with some fun people and taught down there. And I don't know if you can see this really well. These are very rare, and they're called mariner shells. They're only in Tasmania on these very remote beaches, and only the Aboriginals are allowed to harvest them. And one of the people that I was with is part Aboriginal. And so we got to chatting, and we traded. something I made for something this, and I love this so much because this, and they have to be prepared in a certain way because all of that color is underneath the shell coating. It's a whole thing. But I thought you guys would love to see that because it may be something that nobody's really seen before, and they are just amazing.
Look at that color! Wow,
it's just so iridescent. It's
nuts. Some of those, man, that's a delightful treasure.
Yeah, it is such a treasure, and that's we talked about earlier of like having your hoard and also it reminding you about your travels and stuff, because every time I see these, I think I did a lot of really fun things in that little trip to Tasmania, and I remember all the fun stuff as well as just getting to see the beauty of stuff. And then I know, Kate, when you were in France, one of the wonderful things is the Vin Grenier.
Yeah,
the flea market.
Yeah, the flea markets. Yeah.
So I went to Tokyo. I've gone to Japan multiple times, but they've got flea markets in Tokyo too that I didn't realize till my latest trip, which I would have totally taken advantage of more. But look at this lacquerware.
Oh, get out of Dodge.
It's a box. Isn't this gorgeous?
Oh,
I don't even know how old this is, but look at how beautiful that is.
Wow.
And what all this stuff, I've got other things like that to show you too, but what all this stuff does for me as an artist, and I think anybody, and I know you girls can say the same, is it fills my brain with all of the possibilities that these other people have done or that nature has done or whatever. So it's just this soup going on all the time of colors and textures and possibilities. Just so fun. But anyway, I just wanted to show you some real show and tell like you do when you're in elementary school.
I love
look at this cool thing that I found. So those are my two especially great things I needed to share.
Love it. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to do my show and tell what I found at one of the Great Vignes.
Oh, please. I'd love that.
Please.
But aren't they just, flea markets are wonderful, especially in other countries. I got some great stuff. I can't wait to see what you got, Kate.
Talking about other countries.
Yeah.
Christy, you should talk about where you're going, because I was saying before we started that
start
teaching in another country.
Yeah. Well, Kate's going to be teaching next year in France, and I will also be teaching next year in France, not at the same time. But if you just want to make a summer of it,
I did see the two of you on the
so of course you can check out my site and her site for links on that. But I'm leaving in a few weeks actually to go to Ireland on a month-long artist in residency program, which I've never done an artist in residency before. I've always kind of thought, wouldn't that be fun? But it's a place where I've taught it before. So it's a marvelous place. And I know the people, and they've just started up their artist in residency program. So I was able to secure a spot, which I was so thankful for. But I'm going to be there for a month. And the stipulations of the program is you have your own little cottage. You get to eat with the people. You get to go down into the big studio and hang out because they're teaching classes all the time. And one of my favorite friends, who is a encaustic artist, will be there at that time. So I'm going to be playing with encaustics while I'm there, which is the melted colored wax, resin wax buildup, which will be fun. But essentially what the stipulation is, you have to basically devote your entire time to creating the body of work while you're there. So I am really looking forward to that. So I'll be sharing that. If you want to get in on that at all, you guys know my website. It's just ChristyFriesen.com. And here's a link, I think, a link. Nope, there will be a link in a minute. You can go check it out because it will tell you all the things that you need to know about joining along vicariously, because I'm going to be sharing business about it. So go check that out if you want to. But it's a wonderful place. It's on this hillside. It overlooks the salt marshes and then goes out into the bay. And St. Patrick's Mountain is right, around the other side of the bend. It just is a gorgeous place to feel creatively inspired. So I'm super grand. Where in Ireland, it's in Mulroney, which is in Western Ireland, in between Galway and Shannon, if you're familiar with that at all. But yeah, over on Western Ireland, so it should be blast. So Kate, you've got your flea market
let me show
find.
you. So we went to a few of the Great Vignes. It was really super fun. Look, I got this. It's sterling, of course. It's probably about 100 years old. It's a tiny, and look at on the back, there's a little place where you can hang it. Oh. And of course, it's a little purse. It's in perfect condition.
Wow.
Just a few euro. you know.
Oh my God.
But I love her, love her, love her so
Wow. That's
so
amazing.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
yeah,
What a find.
I just love it. And that's really, what did I put in here? Did I put a euro? Oh yeah, there's a coin. There's a euro coin in here.
How lovely.
It's really fun. We, finding those treasures, and you
Yeah.
really hone your language. It's really fun. Another piece that I found at the Great Vignette, they have a lot of linens. So this is an old French linen that has the monogram on it. And then the woad color, I took it and dyed it in our woad dyeing class that we had. So it was white. I've dyed it here. And I don't know, I may use it for a bag, or I may just put it on my table. I don't know. I also dyed we had a lot of fun. We went to, there was like a little fabric store not far from Dufour. And we stopped in and we bought a bunch of fabric. And I bought, it was kind of like a jacquard, a cotton, woven cotton that had a pattern, white on white. So I took it and I took it to the woad dyeing class and I dyed it. So I think I'm going to make a garment out of it as well. I think maybe. Yeah. It is.
Oh, that's
Sharon
so
Miller,
great.
It is your initials. I know, Wendy, I don't know. I need to be careful about what I wish for. But we'll see. I just love to design. But wouldn't this be cool? I also bought some tea towels, they're modern French tea towels. And I thought, how cute would those be as the center of tunics, like art tunics or whatever.
Right.
I don't
like
know.
Nature's artist tunic, like are you meaning with the long sleeves and
Yeah,
deep pockets?
Yeah, just so you feel kind of French or kind of artsy. Yeah, not unlike this tunic that I did, because this is kind of,
Wendy, Kate says you need a clothing line.
Right? You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
And then put some like big pockets here,
right.
And stroll around with your big earrings.
Collage clothing. Why not, man?
Yeah.
Collage clothing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw it first. I love that.
Just playing up your inner artist. So
I love that.
I don't know.
Love that.
We'll see. Yeah, I love this linen. This is a stripe that I made mine out of. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm thinking about doing a sewing retreat here, maybe.
Oh wow, look, they match, Kate, Kristen. That like matches the same color patterns and movement on that. Nice.
Let me see. Oh, let me highlight you.
So they're the carnival colors.
They are. I can almost see a bright Twinkie in there.
They match my necklace.
They do. I love it.
And your apron too.
Match my apron too.
That is a good way to do color explorations for sure.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely a great way for color exploration. See, this is how I create my backgrounds, and then I usually add something on it. So now I'm trying to not add the something on it anymore.
Right.
And just figure out, okay, how do I just finish them like this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's great. What a fun exploration.
I have an event coming up too for anyone that wants to come to Arizona.
Yes, I saw that.
In September, I'm teaming up with a dear friend of mine who is a yoga teacher and intuitive life coach. And we do a lot of workshops together, but we teamed up to do a 3-day retreat. So in Scottsdale, Arizona in September,
nice.
Art and yoga retreat with mindful creative practices and meditation.
Is there a URL? Is there a URL for it, Kristen? I'll put it up.
Yeah, you can just go to my website, KristenFagan.com. And it's right in the top. It's right on the front there. It'll take you to where you can check out all the details. So that's new and exciting. And we've I've never done anything more than just like a few hour workshop. So I'm like, really, I'm ready for it. I can't wait to dive in for multiple days.
Oh, it's going to be
fun.
amazing. Sounds so
That's
fun.
awesome.
Is it over the weekend? Is that what you said?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's September 26th to 28th in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh,
And
that's
so it's a
awesome.
Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And one of the fun projects, I mean, we're going to do a few different projects, but one of them that I'm excited about is I've had this for years hanging in my studio. I did this so many years ago, but it's an affirmation banner.
Oh, how fun.
And it's just like, I am abundant, I am free, I'm wild, I'm grateful. So we're going to do something like this because we're going to do multiple canvas pieces that are loose, and then one will become a piece of art, and then one will become this. So I'm super excited about it. So I think that's going to be really, really neat. I don't know how.
I love that. That's awesome.
But that's always been in my studio, hanging up on the wall. And I had one show a couple of years ago where it was like a solo show, and so I brought that with me just to add it, just to add a little flair and extra stuff. And they were like, people keep asking to buy that banner.
Ah, nice.
Like, but that's just mine. So
That's
I
cool.
thought, you know what? That'll be really neat to create it with people at the workshop.
Yeah. Oh, that is a great thing to create.
Yeah. It's
Like
really
that.
cool. It's
Like
really
that's
We all need
awesome.
it.
It's
It's like
really
one of
great.
those things that I did on like just a whim, because we have all those creative projects that we just like, let's just put this together. And whenever I share it, people really dig it. And it's a nice reminder to keep in your space.
Yeah.
You're not, and you're not having a great day, or you just kind of even forget it's there. And then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh, look at all those wonderful things I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all need that affirmation, that's for sure.
Do.
Love
Yeah.
it.
That's so cool. I like that. And I love the idea that you'll be painting your canvases and then one of them will become that. That's really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I thought it
Oh,
would be
very cool.
freeing to allow you to have two canvases you're working on, and then one can move on and one can get transformed into the banner.
Yeah.
right. I love it. Love it. Love it.
What great show and tell we all have done. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's been so many people here. So thank you. Thank you so much. Do we have any final words to share? We've been on for a little more than an hour.
Man, I just keep on creating, everybody. It's the best thing we can do with our time, I think.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all here to be your creative fairies, right? Just your little creative
Absolutely.
encouragers.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we really appreciate all of you being here.
Yep.
Can you believe
Agree.
it's our 20th segment and today is the 20th? Isn't that weird?
Oh, that is right.
It
Very
is.
cool.
20
And we
yeah.
just checked in at the beginning. October 17th through 19th is the next one. That's our Fall Fest. So put that on your calendars already, guys.
Get it on your
Yep.
calendar so you're ready.
Yeah, we usually say that at the end. So we want to make sure everybody got that and they've got it in their calendar for next time.
Because we're going to be back. We're all in
Yeah.
it, right? We're all in it for the long haul here.
We are.
Yeah.
Long
And
haul.
get some friend over for the weekend or a day or something where you guys can sit together with your screen up while all of us are yammering, and you can just make things and drink and eat together and have fun with a friend next time. That might be a fun way to do it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we've been getting such really great feedback, and several people have said this. So maybe we can bring it up in one of our next meetings. Leanne is saying here, thank you, ladies. We need to do this type of thing more often. It's like creative therapy. So maybe we'll be able to schedule something kind of to the run up to the Fall Fest.
I like that. Yep. I like that.
would be really nice.
So you're welcome, everybody. We appreciate you being with us and appreciate liking our time spent with you. That's lovely.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good, nourishing thing to do. When you have, you can feel like we have a lot of things in common, with our collections. I hear it all the time where people are like, how do you wrangle it? How do you, is there ever too much? And I said, no, there's never too much, because you know what? I like to create from a place of abundance.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I
Yeah.
like to give things away, or you know, like work from a place of generosity, and
Yes.
you know, donating
That's a good point.
time to something else. And because
Yeah.
I mean, no one's paying us to do these things. This is
We're just
something.
hanging out. Yeah, we're just.
My friend Joanne was like, she watched someone. She's like, you know, you guys are doing this for free, and there are not many industries that you can get on and have a full weekend of just
Right.
one thing, like another useful, I mean, genuinely useful. It's not just like, you know, like like a complete sales event. It's more like you're
Right.
actually getting, you know,
Yeah.
valuable content for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's a
even
joy
though
conference.
yeah, even though sometimes I do feel like I'm a hack, we actually do know what we're doing.
Oh, that's so funny.
Right?
We've got the best hacks in the biz, babe.
Oh,
I'll
here
tell
we
you
go.
what.
You are worthy.
High
You are
quality.
enough.
There we go.
Joyful.
That's what I needed.
I am abundant. There you are. You're abundant.
Yes.
Kate. You're free.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Well,
love it.
on Cynthia's, how she touched on abundance, I really feel like when I'm in a place, and I do get in a place of lack and scarcity, that is definitely one of my little dark caves I do tend to enter, is that lack and that scarcity space. And just being creative flips it on its head. Just getting coming up and doing something creative, just the abundance pours in with the process. It really does.
It does.
Yeah. And I think Susan just has the perfect thing to, I'm sorry if I interrupted, perfect thing to end that with. She said, I sat in and created with all the presenters yesterday, and I felt better at the end of the day than I felt in a long time, as you can see there. There's nothing better to end this with than that. What do you think, ladies?
That's right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you back again here in October. Stay tuned to all of our newsletters, all of the Great Bead Extravaganza group and page. That's where all the announcements will be made. We really, really appreciate your support, your shares, your purchases, your social shares. We really, really appreciate it, because without all of you out there, all of us here wouldn't be able to do what we love. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll talk with you
guys.
soon.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Bye.